Today I am going to discussing about the coordinate geometry for MSET 2020. Okay, yes, for the MSET from the coordinate geometry you are going to get the nearly 10 questions. So it plays very important role. Okay, out of our maths, so 80 questions. Okay, yes, I am going to discussing about the coordinate geometry, but from the class 11 and the class 12. Okay, from the class 7, first of all, I am going to discussing about the topic in locus. Yes, from the locus, compulsory will get to one question. Yeah, just I'm going to revise the topics. So, what is the locus of P? The basic first one, the basic thing. What is the locus of P? Which is at a distance of 5 units from the given point. A is 1 comma 2. Right? If A is 1 comma 2, what is the locus of P? Which is at a distance of 5 units from the N. Yes, what is that? The point A. What is the locus of P? This is the point A. What is the locus of P? Which forms at a distance of 5 units from A. Yes, it is a circle. The location is a circle whose center is 1 comma 2 and the radius is 5. I think you know that how to write the circle equation. Center and radius. X minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square equals to 5 square. Okay. And one more condition. What is the locus of P? Which is equidistant to the given points. Some A is 2 comma 3 and B is minus 1 comma 5. What is the locus of P? Which is equidistant to the two given points. Of course, you are following that one in this descriptive method. Okay, it will take the time. Okay. First of all, what is the location? A, B are 2 points. What is the locus of P? Which is equidistant to the given 2 points. What is it? This line is the perpendicular bisector of the line joining of these two. Okay, by line joining the 2 points on this line. Okay, yes, we will get that it is a perpendicular bisector of line joining of the 2 points. Okay, so if they ask that what is the location perpendicular bisector of the given line segment is the location. What is the equation of the locus? So in that case, you are going to finding the equation. Okay, so you can get that by solving this one, or else x into x1 minus x2 plus y into y1 minus y2 equals to x1 square minus x2 square, okay, plus y1 square minus y2 square by 2, where x1 y1 is the first point, x2 y2 is the second point. The locus point P is, let us take x comma y. Okay, yes. They may ask sometimes equation, they may ask about what is the location. Right. And one more thing is, so what is the locus of P? What is the locus of P? Which forms a triangle, okay, with the given 2 points E comma P, such that angle APB equals to 90 degrees. Angle APB is equals to 90 degrees. Let us see. Yeah. So what is the locus of P such that which forms a right angle triangle with the given 2 points A and B? P is the locus point x comma y. A, B are the 2 points x1, y1. The point B is x2, y2. Can you see this one? So if you follow that descriptive method, it will take the time. So by using the Pythagoras theorem, AB square is equals to PA square plus PB square. Please don't follow that. It will take the time. Okay. Yes. First of all, what is the location? So suppose if you take this is the diameter of a circle, okay, this is the diameter of a circle. Then if you take any point on the semicircle, it will be 90 degrees. Of course, you know that concept. Angle in semicircle is 90 degrees. Am I right or not? If you take any point on the locus, this is your locus points P1, P2, P3 like this. Then finally, what is the locus of P? Yes sir, locus of P is a circle whose end points of the diameter are x1, y1 and x2, y2. So if they ask that, what about the locus? Yes, locus is a circle whose end points of the given 2 points. So what is the equation of a circle? What is that location? If they ask about what is the equation of the locus? Yes, equation of a circle whose ends of diameter are given 2 points A and B, which is, we know that formula, x minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2 equals to 0. Okay, yes, you can follow this method. Yes, I think within 1 minute you can get that problem. Okay, so that is one of the condition. Yes, from that locus. Yes. Yes, coming to the next condition. A, B are two given points. A, B are two given points. So what is the locus of P? Such that PA plus PB is equals to K. Like this, they will give the condition, or PA minus PB is equals to K. Right? So they will ask that sometimes what is the locus of P, what is the equation of the locus of P in these two conditions. Okay. Yes, so please practice this one. So A, B are the two given points. Okay, and P is the locus point. PA plus PB is equals to K, or the difference of the two distances modulus of PA minus PB is equals to, like this they will do. Okay, here some conditions are there for this one. Suppose, so here K is greater than AB. If K is greater than AB, the locus of P is ellipse. Okay, yes. If K is equals to AB, K constant is the distance between the 2 points, then we can get a line segment. Okay, yes, the third case is K less than AB. It is empty set. Okay, just I am explaining about the locations only. I am not explaining about the equations. Okay, I will explain about the equations also. Yes, coming to this one. So the difference of the two distances is equals to K. Yes, here K is less than AB. The locus of P is hyperbola. Okay, so here K equals to AB. K equals to AB. It is the union of two rays. Okay, yes, here is K greater than AB. It is empty set. Like this, you can get the problem. Okay, yes, come on, make a note. Yes, so based on that concept, let us see that the questions which from MCET April 2019. Okay, they asked the like this. Root of x minus 2 whole square plus y square plus root of x plus 2 whole square plus y square is equals to 4. I think it is in the form of PA plus PB equals to K, right? Distance from P, locus point x comma y to the point A. Can you see the point A? Now the point A from this equation is A is 2 comma 0. Right, Arush? So the point B is minus 2 comma 0. Yes, P is your locus point x comma y. And the constant K is 4. Constant K is 4. Okay, now what is the distance between 2 points? AB 2 0 and minus 2 0. It takes the 4 units. So the distance between them is 4 and K value of the 4. Yes, K is equals to AB. Yes, no. What is the condition? When K is equals to AB, it is a line segment. Okay, yes. And coming to this question. So they ask that if there is a line. There is a line L is equals to 0 which cuts the coordinate axis at A and B. We don't know the points. Let us take it is alpha comma 0 and 0 beta. And it is passing through the point B 4 comma 2. It is passing through the point B 4 comma 2. And it forms a triangle with the origin AOB triangle. Finally, they are asking about what is the locus of the circumcenter of a triangle AOB. Yes, what the question? What is the locus of circumcenter of the triangle AOB? Like this they are asking. Okay, generally in a right angle triangle, where is the circumcenter? It is the midpoint of hypotenuse, right? So let us take M x comma y is the locus point, particularly which is the midpoint of AB. Why? Because it is a right angle triangle. Already we know that in a right angle triangle, the locus, the circumcenter is the midpoint of hypotenuse. What we should find that location of that point. Okay, let's come on. So first of all, come on. Let M x comma y is the locus point, which is the midpoint of AB. Yes, that is M x comma y is the midpoint of AB, which is alpha by 2 and beta by 2. That means alpha is 2x, beta is 2y. Okay, alpha is 2x, beta is 2y. Okay, or else let us take x1 y1. 2x1, 2y1. Okay, yes. So first of all, what is the equation of AB? So there is this is alpha comma 0, x intercept is alpha, y intercept is beta. Then I am going to write to equation of AB is x by alpha plus y by beta equals to 1, right, which is intercept form. So which is x by 2x1 plus y by 2y1 equals to 1. Okay, then that's it the problem. Or else x by x1 plus y by y1 equals to 2 is the locus of the midpoint here. Okay, so this is the problem what they have given that. Okay, yes, from the locus. Yes, the command. Yes, coming to the next one, next model. Yeah. So A, B are 2 points are given and they are given the condition of PA plus PB is equals to 10. What is the equation of locus? What is the equation of the locus? Suppose what is the locus of P means, so we can check this condition. So here K value is 10. K value is 10 and the distance between AB is 8. The distance between is 8. So clearly K greater than AB, you can say that the equation of the locus is ellipse. But they are asking about what is the equation of the locus. If they ask about the locus, we can say ellipse. But they are asking about the equation. Okay. Yes, coming to the ellipse. So here we have condition. Yes, in the ellipse, SP plus S dash P equals to 2A. Am I right or not? SP plus S dash P is equals to 2A. Where S is the foci. Okay, P is any point on the ellipse. Okay, which is equals to 2A. A is the length of major axis. Am I right or not? Okay. So here SP plus P is the locus point here. A, S and S dash. Okay. This is 4, 0 and minus 5, 0. So which is the first model. Okay. Yes. And 2A. What is the 2A value? So here they have given 10. That means A is 5. Okay. And what is S and S dash? They are the foci and which is 40 and minus 40. And S dash, which is nothing but AB. So which is 2AE is 8. That means the distance between the foci is 2AE is 8. Given already 5, which is 10E equals to 8. That means E is 4 by 5. Eccentricity. So from A and E, can we get the P value? Yes, we have B square is equals to A square into 1 minus E square. Eliminated. Okay. So which is A square 25 of 1 minus E square. It is 16 by 25. So 25 and 16. It is 9. B square is equals to 9. And A is 5. Then finally, what is your equation of the ellipse? Which is x square by A square. A square is 25 plus Y square by 9 is equals to 1. This is the equation of the locus, which is equation of the ellipse, of course. Yes, here also please apply this for this also. A is 0 minus 4. Okay, A is 0 minus 4. B is 0, 4. And the difference of these two is 6. Come on. First of all, what is the distance between AB? What is the distance between AB is 8. And K value is 6. PA minus PB is equals to K when K is less than AB. When K is less than AB. Can you see that? What is the equation of the locus? Is hyperbola. Equation of the locus is locus is hyperbola. If they ask about the equation of the locus, yes, now and again proceeding according to that conditions for the hyperbola. Yes, the difference of the two distances is 6 is given. Yes, in case of hyperbola, I can say S dash P minus SP is equals to 2A. Of course, in this case particularly 0 minus 4 and 0 4 are there. Okay, which are on y axis. Okay, now this is S dash P minus SP is equals to 2B. 2B is 3. Yes, 2B is 3. 2B is 6. That means B is equals to 3. After getting the B value. Okay, and the distance between the foci is 8. Okay, this is a conjugate hyperbola. Am I right or not? Okay, yes. 2B. Yes, the same like this you can proceed here. Distance between the foci is 8. That means 2BE, not 2AE. 2BE equals to 8. Already B value 3. Right? 2 3 is 6. So E is equals to 8 by 6, which is 4 by 3. Please observe this one. 4 by 3, which is greater than 1. That is the eccentricity of the hyperbola. You get that one next. I think you know how to proceed. Okay, yes, come on, please focus that when these type of conditions are given, what is the locus, what is the equation of the locus, that is based on the condition. Just now I explained that about the condition, about ellipse and about hyperbola. Please focus on these concepts. Okay, yes, especially from the locus concept. Okay, come on, make it. So that is about the locus and the remaining concept. Please you can revise that. Yeah, and coming to the transformation of axis. Transformation of axis. So there are two sides of the transformation of axis. The first one is translation of axis, and the second one is the rotation of axis. Of course, I think you have practiced the fundamental formulas for this one, translation of axis and the rotation of axis. Okay, by shifting the origin, what is the point in the new system, what are the equation in the new system, original system, like this in case of rotation of axis also. Okay, and please one more thing. Okay, and coming to the, especially from the rotation of, okay, coming to the translation of axis, one thing is there. Okay, so when the axes are translating, in that process, to remove the first degree expressions, where the origin has to be shifted. What is the shifted origin? We should find this one. Of course, for this one there is a formula. HF minus Vg by AB minus H square, GH minus AF by AB minus H square. When the equation is in this form, AX square plus 2HXY plus BY square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equals to 0. Am I right or not? When this equation is translating, in that process to remove the first degree expressions, okay, where the origin to be shifted, we have a formula. Okay, so instead of that, just simply there is a shortcut is there for that. This is, of course, it is a sum f of xy is equals to 0. Dou f by dou x is equals to 0. And dou f by dou y is equals to 0. This is your required point where the origin has to be shifted. In that case, the first degree terms should be removed. Am I right or not? Partial derivative with respect to x means the y term becomes a constant. Partial derivative with respect to y means x term becomes a constant. With respect to y derivative only, in that case, there are x terms are constant. Dou f by dou x means with respect to x derivative, y terms becomes a constant. Okay, yes. So that is the thing what I am going to explain about the translation of axis. And of course, from the rotation of axis also, it is like this. So when the axes are translated, okay, in the new system, to remove that xy terms, I mean second degree equations where the angle, where that how much the angle should be rotated. So here one have the standard formula, theta equals to 1 by 2 of tan inverse of 2h by a minus b, where a is not equals to b. If a is equals to b, yes, then theta is pi by 4. These are the fundamental formulas from the translation of axis. Okay, and please focus that along with that fundamental formulas, and please focus on these two also. Okay, have it. Yes, coming to that one more model. So the equation ax plus by plus c will be reduced into that the form x is equals to constant. In that case, how much the axis to be rotated? What is the theta value? Suppose the line x plus by plus c will be reduced into form of y is equals to constant, then axis should be rotated. The angle is how much? Okay, so we have derivative formula. This is theta is equals to tan inverse of b by a, tan inverse of y quotient by x quotient. In that case, theta equals to tan inverse of minus a by b. I think you know how we got that value. Okay, yes, as usual, our fundamental formulas apply in this one. This is the version equation. I mean, in the new version system, after transforming something angle theta, it is transformed into the new system equation. Of those new system, I am going to get that the form is x is equals to constant. I got the term x is equals to constant. That means there is no y term. Just take that coefficient of y equals to 0. In that case, we will get theta value tan inverse of b by a. Of course, same like that. Okay. Here the transformed equation is in the form of y equals to constant. That means there is no x term. Coefficient of x equals 0. Take the coefficient of x equals 0 in the new system. Then we'll get theta is equals to tan inverse of minus a by b. Okay. Yes, so please focus on this concept along with the fundamental concepts. So please, once again I am reminding you, please focus on the fundamental concepts. Then additionally you can practice those things also. Okay, come on. Yes. So coming to the topic, the straight lines. So from the straight lines, after completion of the all the fundamental concepts, so that is from the basics, so that is slope concept, parallel lines, perpendicular lines, okay, collinear points concepts, and coming to the different forms of the straight lines, okay, different forms of the straight lines. So that is the slope form, the slope intercept form, okay, from the different forms of the line, slope form, slope intercept form, y equals to mx plus c, and point slope form, y minus y1 equals to m into x minus x1, and 2 points form, and intercept form x by a plus y by b equals to 1. Yes, based on that some concepts are there. Okay, so this is the line x by a plus y by b equals to 1, which forms a triangle with the origin. What is the area of the triangle? When the equation is in this form, x by a plus y by b equals to 1, x intercept a, y intercept b, area is of modulus of a is x intercept and b is y intercept. And when the equation is in our standard form, ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, then in that case area a is equals to c square by 2 modulus of ab. Okay, yes, of course, after finding the x intercept and y intercept from this equation and off into base to height. Okay, and especially I am going to focus on that along with this normal form of a line, right? Normal form and parametric form. Okay, yes, come on, let us see what they are. Normal form of a line. Yes, what is the normal form of a line? X cos alpha plus y sin alpha equals to p, where p is the perpendicular distance from origin, alpha is the angle made by the perpendicular line. Okay, yes, and in this case the important thing is the transform into normal form. This is x plus y plus 2 equals to 0. X plus y plus 2 equals 0, which is the general form of line, transforming into normal form. Okay, yes, in that case, so already p is the constant. Okay, p is the constant, which is the perpendicular distance from origin to the line, that should be positive. Already constant is positive, so I can write it 2 equals to minus x and minus 5. I think I know, you know that after that, which is dividing by root of a square plus b square, which is 2 by a square and b square. 2 by root 2 equals to minus x by root 2 minus y by root 2. Yes, you got that, the normal form, which is x into minus 1 by root 2 plus y into minus 1 by root 2 equals to root 2. X cos alpha plus y sin alpha, right? Which is a cos alpha value, sin alpha value minus 1 by root 2. That means alpha is in both in negatives, which is in third quadrant to 25 degrees. Okay, like this they may ask that, transforming into normal form. So please focus on this concept, transforming into normal form. Coming to the next concept, parametric form. Okay, yes, a parametric form. So what is the parametric form? Okay, so we are going to find that equation line. The line is passing through a point A, which is x1 y1. Okay, passing through the point, and which makes an angle theta. Okay, now on this line we are going to finding the more 2 points PQ. PQ are the more 2 points on the line which are at a distance of r from the given 2 points. Then what are the parametric equations? X equals to x1 plus r minus r cos theta, y equals to y1 plus r minus r sin theta. Okay, based on this concept, please focus on the problems. Let us see one problem. The point A is 2, 0. The point B is some 3, 1. Of course, we get from the transformation of axis. Okay, the line AB is rotating with respect to A some 15 degrees. How much it is rotating? 15 degrees is rotating. Then the point move to C. Then the point move to C. Then what are the coordinates of C? They are asking about that. Understood, children? AB are the 2 points. The line AB is rotating with respect to A. Okay? Yes, in anti-clockwise direction it is rotating, and the point B moves to C. Yes, what is that point? Okay. So here I think in both the cases the length should be same. AB length equals to AC length, right? AB length equals to AC length, which is root 2, right? 1 minus 0 whole square, 3 minus 2 whole square, root 2. And first of all, how much it is making angle before rotating? It is 1 and 3 minus 2, 1. Okay, it is 45 degrees. Okay. So before rotating 45 degrees, and it is already rotated 15 degrees totally. What is the inclination of the line? So inclination of the line AC, inclination of the line AC, sorry, take that the slope of the line. Slope of the line is, I can take tan 60 degrees, which is root 3. Okay, slope of the line AC is root. Of course, no need of the slope. Yes, now I got the diagram like this. This is AC. This is the point A and C. Okay, the point A is 2, 0. Now the C is at a distance of root 2, which makes an angle now total after rotating. It is 60 degrees. Now can I use that? The parametric equations. Now the coordinates of x comma y, x comma y are x is equals to x1. So from the point 2, 0, they are at root 2 inch distance. x1 plus r minus r root 2 cos theta cos 60, which is 1 by 2. And y1 plus r minus r into root 2 into sin 60 root 3 by 2. Like this we will get the points. Parametric equations applications. Okay. Yes, please focus on that. So along with this one, and concurrent lines condition, that is the general form of a family of the concurrent lines. L1 plus lambda L2 equals to 0. And when 3 lines are given, what is the condition for the concurrent lines? So the simple shortcut is we are going to take the coefficients of all these equations, take the 3 by 3 determinant, which is equating to 0. That is the condition for the 3 lines are given, that is concurrent lines condition. Okay, yes, make a note. Yes, coming to the next concept, of course you know this one. So the line segment AB divided by the line AX plus BY plus C is equals to 0 in the ratio of, can you say the ratio? In the ratio of minus L11 is to L22. This is minus of, what is L11? L11 means the first point is substituting here. So that is AX1 plus BY1 plus C. What is L22? Second point is substituting. This is AX2 plus BY2 plus C. The line segment divided by the line segment divides by the line AX plus BY plus C is in the ratio of minus L11 is to L22. Okay. Suppose if the line is x-axis divides the line having of A and B in the ratio of minus y1 is to y2 divided by the x-axis. Suppose if this line is the y-axis, the ratio of minus x1 is to x2, which is by y-axis. Okay. Yes, and in that case, some two concepts are there. If the 2 points lie on the same side, when the 2 points lie on the same side, what is the position of the 2 points with respect to the line? That based on L11 and L22. If L11, L22 have same signs, am I right? If L11, L2 have same signs, then the 2 points A and B are present on the same side. A, B are present on the same side to the line L. Okay. If L11, L22 have opposite signs, L1, L22 have opposite signs, that means like this. So they are present on the opposite signs. One is negative, one is positive. That means the ratio, the two terms becomes positive, which is called internal division. That means the points A, B are present on the opposite side. Here, please see this one. L11, L22 have same signs. They are present on the same side. If they have opposite signs, they are present on the opposite side. Okay, yes, come on, make a note. Please practice this concept. The next concept, very important concept. So, 2 lines are given, a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals 0, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0. Yes, they are intersecting lines. Find the angle bisectors. angle bisectors concepts. Okay, yes, there are two intersecting lines, L1 equals to 0, L2 equals to 0, they are intersecting at O. So one is the acute angle, other is the obtuse angle. Now we are going to find the angle bisectors. So I think already we have a formula, standard formula. This is a1x plus b1y plus c1 by root of a1 square plus b1 square is equals to plus or minus a2x plus b2y plus c2 by root of a2 square plus b2 square. Am I right or not? Yes, but here there is one problem. So what is the problem is, here we are getting the two angular bisectors. Of course, and one important thing is the two bisectors are always perpendicular. Am I right or not? The two are always perpendicular. And here the important thing is that here plus or minus we get the two. What are those two? One is the acute angle bisector and the other one is the obtuse angle bisector. But particularly if they ask that about find the acute angle bisector, find the obtuse angle bisector, in that case how to find that one? What is the process for that? Okay, come on, let us see. So for this we are going to do one thing. We are going to make C1 C2 is greater than 0, right? C1 C2 must be positive. Then after find the value of A1 A2 plus B1 B2. Yes, find the value of A1 A2 plus B1 B2. Yes, then after if A1 A2 plus B1 B2 is greater than 0, if A1 A2 plus B1 B2 greater than 0, right side. So just now I wrote one formula. Right side, the value which contains minus sign, which is the acute angle bisector, and which has the right side, which has the positive sign, that is the obtuse angle bisector. Right? Obtuse angle bisector. I think you know this concept. And A1 A2 plus B1 B2 greater than 0. So the right side value which contains negative sign is the, okay, that will take the negative sign, and that is acute angle bisector. Okay, so take the positive sign, that becomes the obtuse angle bisector. Of course, if it is exactly reverse, A1 A2 plus B1 B2 is less than 0, take the right side positive sign, which is acute angle bisector, and other one is the obtuse angle bisector. Okay, I think you know this concept. Come on, please make it know. Yes, the very important thing, the very important concept based on the angle bisectors. So here let us see, they have given that one line, ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, n is equals to 0. I mean, this is the line. Okay, they are asking about the question is the, what is the image of the line, not image of the point, image of the line with respect to the line lx plus ny plus n is equals to 0. This is the image of the line, n is equals to 0. Okay, yes, here is the mirror is there, this is the line, this will be the image. They are asking about that. Indirectly, you got your point. This is the lx plus my plus n is equals to 0, the angle bisector of L1 is equals to 0, and this is L2 equals to 0. Am I right? This is the angle bisector. So what is the formula to get that image of a line with respect to another line? This is, so which is ax plus by plus c by lx plus my plus n equals to 2 times of, so which is an plus bm by an plus bm by l square plus m square. Okay, yes, based on this concept. So the last MCET exam 2019, we got the same question. So here they asked, they have given that x plus y plus 1 equals to 0. So clearly they give like this, say x plus y plus 1 equals to 0 is the angle bisecting the two lines L1 and L2. So of those, one line is given, 2x minus 3y plus 4 equals 0 is the one line. Then find the second line. So indirectly they are asking what is the image of the line L1 with respect to this line, which is L2. Yes, same model problem. Okay, yes, so come on, make a note, apply that one. So last 2019 MCET, we got this question. Okay, yes, come on, make a note. Yes, so then after, so please focus on the remaining concepts. So from the straight lines, so that is the angle between the two lines, and the equation of the line, and the equation of the line which is passing through a point to a x1 y1 and is making with an angle theta with another line. Sum ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Find the equation of the line like this model. Equation of the line passing through a point and it is making an angle some 60 degrees with the another line. So please practice that this type of models. And yeah, you know this one, a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equals to 0 areas concept. A1x plus b1y plus d1 is equals to 0. A2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0. A2x plus b2y plus d2 is equals to 0. Parallel lines. Two set of parallels, they form a parallelogram. What is the area of the parallelogram? Formed by the four lines. So those four lines are like this. So the constants are c1, d1 first set, c2, d2. Okay, I think you know the formula. Area A equals to c1 minus d1 into c2 minus d2 by modulus of a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So the total in modulus. Right? c1 minus d1, that's the difference between the constants from the first set of lines, into c2 minus d2, the difference between the constants from the second set of parallels, by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Area of the parallelogram. Okay, and area concepts, you know this one. What is the area of the figure formed by modulus of x plus modulus of y is equals to a? Area of the figure formed by this one, which is a rhombus, of course a square. You can get the four lines. So you get like this: x plus y is equals to a, minus x plus y is equals to a, x minus y is equals to a, minus x minus y is equals to a. If you are going to draw from the graph, you will get that like this. So the point is a comma 0. This is 0 comma a, minus a comma 0. So 0 comma minus a. So we are going to find the area of this figure. Right? Here it forms a rhombus. Diagonals are equal, which length is 2a and 2a. Okay, of course. So diagonals are equal and perpendicular, which becomes a square. Of course, area of the rhombus of into d1 into d2. d1, which length is 2a, and d2, of course, this length also 2a, which is 2a square. Okay, yes. So please revise that all the concepts. So from the straight lines. Okay, and coming to the pair of lines, already I explained that one. Please focus on the fundamental concepts starting from the theorems. Angle between the pair of lines, cos theta equals to modulus of a plus b by square root of a minus b whole square plus 4h square, and product of the perpendiculars which are drawn to the pair of lines. Okay, from the point p alpha beta. Next, product of the perpendiculars. After that, area of the triangle formed to the pair of lines with the line ax plus by plus c, or x plus my plus n equals 0. Okay, some basic things are there of those that is from the homogeneous pair of lines, not non-homogeneous pair of homogeneous set of a pair of lines. Okay, and from the non-homogeneous pair of lines, what is the distance? This represents ax square plus 2hxy plus by square plus 2gx plus 2fy plus c is equals to represents a pair of parallel lines. Pair of parallel lines. What is the condition? Okay, so it is h square is equals to ab and af square is equals to bg square. Yes, and what is the distance between them? What is the distance between them? 2 square root of g square minus ac by a of a plus b, totally under square root of. Of course, the same thing you can write 2 into square root of f square minus bc by b of a plus b. So please once revise the fundamental concepts from that pair of straight lines. Okay, pair of straight lines, and please focus on that. Very important thing is the homogeneous concept. Homogeneous concept. Okay, yes. So that's about that from the class 11 coordinate geometry. Okay, please go through that all the concepts. So coming to that our class 12, the coordinate geometry, circles. So here nearly 5 questions from the circles we will get the circles and system of circles. Okay, anyway, we are going to focus on the fundamental concepts. So that is central form, diametric form, Okay, finding the equations with the equation of the circle which is passing through the points. Okay, like that. And from the circle, so please focus on the concepts, tangents, normals, tangent condition, normal condition. Okay, if any line is given, what is the condition for a line and a circle is given? So what is the condition for a line to be a tangent to the circle? Line to be a tangent to the circle. Okay. So here this is the radius and at the same time this is the perpendicular distance from the center of the circle to the line. R is equals to D is the condition. Radius is equals to perpendicular distance from the center of the circle to the line is the condition for the given line is a tangent to the circle, and particularly which is the point P is the H comma K, which is the foot of the perpendicular, which is the foot of the perpendicular. Okay, so please focus on the tangent concepts, and sometimes they are going to give that. So one circuit, suppose that x square plus y square minus 2x minus 3y minus 20 equals to 0. So find the equation of the tangent to the circle. So which is the tangent is like this. The tangent is parallel to x plus y minus 5 is equals to 0. Then ask like this. You will get this type of questions. Okay, yes. So what is the equation of the line? Parallel to x plus y minus 5 equals to 0 is x plus y plus k equals to 0, which is a tangent to the circle. Yes, then after that, so if it is any line is a tangent to the circle, what is the condition? Radius of the circle is equals to perpendicular distance from the center of the circle to the line. Okay, so like this we will get that the problems from that tangent concepts. Okay, yes, then after let us see this. Suppose if the two lines, suppose like this, they are going to give that 2x plus 3y plus 5 is equals to 0. It is 3x plus 3y plus 15 is equals to 0. These two are the tangents to a circle. These two are the tangents to a circle. They are not giving any circle. Then what is the radius of the circle? Just circle this one. What these two are? Tangents to a circle. If you are observing this one, particularly these two are parallel lines. Parallel lines for the circle. For the circle, these two are tangents. Particularly, the given two lines are parallel lines. So the distance between the parallel lines, modulus of c1 minus c2 by root of a square plus b square. Yes, from this one I can get the distance between the parallel lines is nothing but diameter of the circle. Diameter of the circle. You can get that 2d. D diameter. Then after you will get the radius. That's all. Very simple problem. Okay. Yes. And from the tangent concept, one more thing. So from the March 2019, so we got this type of problem. They have given that one circle. Center of the circle is A. Suppose that they have given that one circle equation, x square plus y square minus 4x minus 6y minus 20 equals to 0 is given. A is the center of the circle. And BC are any 2 points. BC are any 2 points on the circle. So if the tangents are drawn at the 2 points B and C, the tangents are drawn at the points B and C, they are meeting at a point P. They are meeting at a point P. Of course, this is your radius perpendicular. This is your radius perpendicular. Okay, of course, it is your radius. It is your radius. Right, Arrange? So, and I think what you say, this one is the length of tangent root S11. Length of tangent root S11. Am I right, Arrange? Of course, by finding the tangents at the point B and C, we get that the point B. And you will get the length of the tangent. Finally, they are asking about what is the area of this quadrilateral PCAB. Right or not? Simply, what can you say this one? R into root S11. These two are perpendicular. Okay, not? Okay? R into root S11. So from the March 2019, we got these type of problems from the tangents concept. Okay? Yes. And one more thing, same like this. And you know this one. A circle is given from an exterior point P, there should be a 2 tangents. Am I right? There should be a 2 tangents. So which means at the points A and B, C is the center of the circle. Right? C is the center of the circle. Yes. Now angle between them is theta. What is the relation between them? If P is an exterior point, there are two tangents to a circle. Okay. Of course, length of tangent root S11. Length of tangent, these values are root S11. Root S11. In that case, is there any concept from this? So which is tan theta by 2 equals to R by root S11. Am I right or not? Tan theta by 2 equals to R by root S11. Yes. And here is one more important concept. Radius, which is perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. Okay. Here and one more thing. Please observe this one. PAB triangle. PAB triangle. Okay. So what is the circumcenter? Where is the circumcenter lies? Where the circumcenter lies? For the triangle PAB. So for the triangle PAB, if you are going to draw that circumcircle, it must passes through the center of the given circle. Center of the given circle. It must passes through the center of the given circle. Okay. Yes. For that circle, PC is the diameter. For that circle. For which circle? For the PAB triangle. P, where we are going to draw the tangents. Here we are the point of contacts. For the triangle PAB, the circumcircle which must be passes through the center of the circle, and in that case particularly PC becomes diameter of the circle for the circumcircle for the triangle PAB. Okay. Yes, one of the important thing. Okay. Yes, and one more thing. Director circle. Director circle. Yes, what is the meaning of a director circle? Okay. Yes. So for the given circle, suppose let us say it is x square plus y square is equals to a square. So first of all, what is the definition of a director circle? The locus of point of intersection of perpendicular tangents. So here from the point P, I am going to draw the two tangents which are PA and PB. If the angle between them is 90 degrees, so such type of points location, that location is called, so particularly which gives a circle, that circle is called director circle. What is that? The equation, the locus of the point of intersection of which type of tangents? Perpendicular tangents. If you are going to draw the tangents for this one, the point of intersection is P2, is that angle between them is 90 degrees. So here also angle between them is 90 degrees. It is P3. Suppose if you are going to draw like this, angle between them is 90 degrees. So that location forms a circle, right? That location, the dotted circle, which is called director circle. Its location is. Yes, come on. Then what is the equation of the circle? Director circle. Yes. So for the circle, locus point P, some h comma k. Okay. Yes, and we have one formula. It is tan theta by 2 equals to R by root S11. Theta value already 90. Right. This is a tan 45. 1 equals to radius. What is the radius here? For the circle, center is 0, 0, radius A by root S11, root of S11 for the circle from the point h comma k, which is h square plus k square minus a square. Yes, by simplifying, h square plus k square minus a square is equals to a square. So h square plus k square is equals to 2a square, which is root 2 times of a whole square. Right? Which is the equation of the circle. I mean particularly director circle. So for the circle x square plus y square is equals to a square. What is the equation of the director circle? X square plus y square is equals to root 2 times of a whole square. Okay. Yes, come on. We cannot. Very important concept. So director circle. Okay. Yes. Coming to this one, maximum and minimum distance of a point with respect to a circle. Yes. So they have given that for the circle. C is the center of the circle and R is the radius. R is the radius. C is the center of the circle. Now I am going to give the point P. So suppose that if the point P is exterior to the circle, what is the maximum distance of the point to the circle? What is the minimum distance of a point to the circle? Okay. Yes, with respect to the circle. Come on. Yes. Let us see. What do you say? This one is the R. Okay. This one is the radius. So this, I think this will be the minimum distance. Am I right? This will be the minimum distance from the point P to the circle. And this will be the, which will be the, suppose these 2 points are take out, A and B. PA is the minimum distance. Am I right? PA is the minimum distance from a point P to the circle. So what is PB? PB, the maximum distance from the point to the circle, which is the maximum distance. Yes, can you see this one? What is PA? How can you get a PA? Which is the, I can write like this, PA can be written as CP minus R. CP, total distance, minus R. CP minus R is the minimum distance of a point to the circle. Then what is the maximum distance? Maximum distance is this is a CP plus R. What is the CP? Distance between the center to the given point P plus radius. Then you will get the maximum distance. Okay. Yes. Sometimes by using this same concept, they are going to ask one more thing. Find the point which is on the circle. Find the point which is on the circle, which is at minimum distance to the given point. They are going to give you that point. Okay. And they are going to give you the circle. They are asking about this point. Right. Find the point on the circle which is nearer to the point P, which is given that. That means clearly the point A which divides CP in the ratio of, yes, what is this ratio? This is what is that this minimum distance is the CP minus R, right or not? So the point A which divides the CP in the ratio of CP minus R is to R internally. What about that point? CP plus R in the ratio of CP plus R is to R, externally dividing the point. So please practice this concept also, maximum and minimum distance of a point with respect to a circle. And along with this one, please focus on that concept, pole, polar, conjugate points or conjugate lines. So we have standard formulas for that, particularly conjugate lines. I explained that in the last video. Conjugate points. If the 2 points are conjugate with respect to a circle, A x1 y1, B x2 y2. Yes, 1 2 equals to 0. Yes, 1 2 equals to 0. So from the last 2019, we got the question from the conjugate points and the conjugate lines. Okay, yes, and after that, please focus on that inverse points. Inverse point. Okay, yes, come on. So after that, finally, one concept is there, very important concept, that is position of the circles. Okay, yes, come on. Yes, coming to the next concept, the positions of the circles, very important concept. The compulsory will get that 2 questions, no doubt about it. Yes, come on. So, 2 circles whose centers are C1 and C2, whose radii are R1 and R2. R1 and R2. So, what are the positions of the circles? Based on the positions of the circles, I am going to find that number of common tangents. Okay? Yes, number of common tangents. Come on, let us see, coming to the first condition. So, C1, C2, this is the distance between the centers of the circles, which is denoted by D. D is the distance between the centers of the circuits. Yes, come on. So here clearly you are going to observe this one. D is greater than R1 plus R2. Am I right or not? So here clearly I am going to write the condition is D is greater than R1 plus R2. Then you can say the 2 circles are present exterior to each other. Yes, and coming to this one. So here the distance between the centers is D, which is equals to R1 plus R2. Am I right? D is equals to R1 plus R2. Then the 2 circles, so said that you can say the 2 circles are touch each other externally. Touch each other externally at the point P. That P is the point of contact. And please, how can you find this point of contact? Any idea? How can you find the point of contact? Yes, come on. P is the point which divides C1, C2 in the ratio of R1 is to R2 internally. Like that you can get the point. Yes, come on, coming to this one. 2 circles are intersecting at 2 distant points. Okay, yes. This is R1, radius of the first circle. This is R2, radius of the second circle. And C1, C2, distance between them is D. Here it forms a triangle. Okay. Yes, can I write like this? R1 plus R2 is greater than D. Sum of any two sides is greater than third side. And the difference of any two sides is less than third side. Okay. Yes, R1 minus R2 is less than D, and that D is less than R1 plus R2. Okay, can I write like this? So R1 minus R2 is less than D, which is less than R1 plus R2. Okay. This will be the condition for that the two lines are intersecting, the two circles are intersecting. Okay. Yes, coming to this one. D is equals to R1 minus R2. What do you say? This is the cult. Here also circuits attach each other internally. Here is externally, here is internally. What is the condition for this? D is equals to difference of the two radii. Then what about this? One circle is completely present in this one. So D is greater than R1 minus R2. D is greater than R1 minus R2. Yes. Then after coming to that common tangents. Okay, so we have two types of the common tangents. One is the direct common tangent and the second one is the transverse common tangent. Okay, yes, what about the direct common tangents? Direct common tangent means that two circles are present on the same side to the line. Then that is called direct common tangent. Of course, here let us see. These two are direct common tangents. For these tangents, the two circles are present on the same side. Two direct common tangents. Okay, first of all I am going to draw the direct common tangents, and for the second position also direct common tangents. Am I right, Anish? So what about this one? Here also two direct common tangents. Is there any direct common tangent? Yes, so there is only one direct common tangent like this. There is no common tangent for this one. So what they are? Direct common tangents. So first condition 2, second condition 2, third condition 2, fourth condition 2, fifth one, there is no condition. So which are called, what they are called? Direct common tangents. The circles are present on the same side. Yes, coming to this one, what are the transverse common tangents? Transverse common tangent means if you are going to draw the tangents, the two circles are present on either side of the line. They are called transverse common tangents. Right? So here one transverse common tangent. Is there any common tangent? Transverse common tangent? No. If you are going to draw that this one, it will intersect. It is passing through the 2 points. No chance. Here also, is there any transverse common tangent? No transverse common tangent. First of all, there are no tangents. Right? Yes, in the object point of view, they ask that number of common tangents for the two circles. What about the two circles? First of all, we don't know about the two circles. So that's why first what I am going to point. How they are. What is the positions of that two circles? Come on. So what you are going to find? D, R1 and R2. What is D? D is the distance between the two circles. R1, radius of the first circle. R2, radius of the second circle. And after, please check out the condition. Any of those D is greater than R1 plus R2, or equals to, or less than, or D is equals to difference of the two radii. Then you get that one of the positions. Then after, immediately your job. That is, we are going to find that number of tangents, common tangents. They may be direct common tangents, they may be transverse common tangents. Please focus on these concepts. Okay, that will be very important. Come on, please have a look. Okay, coming to that next one. So from the common tangents, direct common tangents, like transverse common tangents, what are the lengths? Length of direct common tangent is square root of d square minus of r1 minus r2 whole square. So which is the length of the direct common tangent. Then what about the transverse common tangent? Square root of d square minus of r1 plus r2 whole square. Please practice these two. Yes, I am coming to that. The system of circles. Of course, the basic thing is angle between the two circles. Yes, angle between the two circles. Cos theta is equals to d square minus r1 square minus r2 square by 2 r1 r2. Alright, Araj? Okay, angle between the two circles. Of course. What is the condition for orthogonal? Theta is 90 degrees. Then, okay, right? The numerator is d square minus r1 square minus r2 square is equals to 0. That means the condition for orthogonal. Angle between the two circles is 90 degrees. Of course, one more condition is there. I think you know this one. 2g g dash plus 2f f dash is equals to c plus c dash. Okay. Yes. Then after, I think you know this one. We are going to find the points when the two circles are given. Of course, the two circles are touch each other externally, or two circles are intersecting, or two circles which are present on exterior further. What do you say? This is called. What do you say? This is called radical axis. Am I right? Radical axis. In sometimes so they may ask that find the common chord in a radical axis. Find the common tangent means radical axis. Find that radical axis. The thing is the s minus s dash is equals to 0. The difference of these two circuits. Okay. Yes, this is the radical axis of that one. Okay. Yes, come on. And one more thing from that system of circles. Yes, if theta is the angle between the circles, if theta is the angle between the two circles whose radii are R1 and R2. Okay. Then what is the length of the common chord? What is the length of the common chord? 2r1 r2 sin theta by square root of r1 square plus r2 square plus 2r1 r2 cos theta. Am I right? Okay. Yes, come on, we can. So in this case, suppose if the two circles are cut each other orthogonally, in that case, what is the length of their common chord? Okay, what is the length of their common chord? So this is the theta is the angle between the two circles. Suppose if theta is 90, I mean the two circles are intersecting orthogonally. Yes, what is this length is 2r1 r2 by theta is 90 by root of r1 square plus r2 square. So very important thing. Come on. Yes, coming to this one, family of the circles concept. So there is a circle S is equals to 0 and there is a line L is equals to 0 which intersects the circle S equals to 0 at the 2 points A and B. Now what my question is, what is the equation of the circle which is passing through point of intersection of S is equals to 0 and L is equals to 0? What is the equation of the circle passing through these 2 points? Okay. Yes, I think you know this one, which is in the form of S plus lambda L equals to 0. Right? Equation of a circle which is passing through point of intersection of a circle and line, which is in the form of S plus lambda L equals to 0. Very important concept. After getting that lambda value, they may give that some condition. It is passing through some particular point and centralized on some other line. Okay. And in this case, the one more important thing is, so there is the circle. This is the given circle. S is equals to 0. Right? This is circle. S is equals to 0. Yes, and come on, what is the equation of the circle which bisects, equation of the circle which bisects the circumference of the circle S is equals to 0. That means this circle, the required circle which is passing through. Come on, can you say this one? Which bisect the circumference of the given circle S is equals to 0. Now can you say this one? What is it? This is actually radical axis. Of course, a common chord. That common chord becomes, in that case, which is the diameter of the second circle C2. I mean S is equals to 0. Yes, come on. So which bisect the, please see that the common point, which bisect the circumference of the circle, given circle S is equals to 0, the required circle is the passing through which bisect the circumference of the circle. In that case, the radical axis, I mean common chord, becomes the diameter of the second circle S is equals to 0. Okay, so please make a note. So please focus on that. Please practice that this type of models, a family of the component, family of the circuits. S plus lambda L equals to 0. Very important thing. Okay, come on, guys. So and finally from the system of circuits, so they are going to give me the 3 circuits whose centers are C1, C2, C3, which are non-collinear, And the one more thing is the finally we are going to find that what is the equation of the circle which intersects the circles orthogonally. Required circle which intersect the circles orthogonally. Right? So what do you say this point is that is the center of the required circle, particularly this is the point of intersection of the radical axis. What is this? Point of intersection of the radical axis is called radical center. Right or not? So that radical center is the center of the required circle, and from the radical center we are going to find which is called length of common tangent from the radical center to any of the circle. That becomes radius of the required circle. All of you have that point. What is the equation of the circle which intersect the given three circles orthogonally, which cuts the given three circles orthogonally? For that required circle, the center is the point of intersection of the radical axis, which is your radical center. Radical center becomes the center of the required circle, which cuts the circles orthogonally. And the length of tangent from the radical center to the tangent to the any circle, which is the radius of the required circle. Then you will get the circle. Okay, so please like this, please focus on the remaining concept, the fundamental concepts. Once again I am reminding you, please focus on the fundamental concept. In the answer point of view, they will focus that on the fundamental concepts problems. Okay, so if you are through that the fundamental problems, fundamental concepts from that class 11 and class 12, from all the topics, not only from the coordinate geometry, calculus, trigonometry, all the concepts, and particularly I am explaining that coordinate geometry will get that so many questions, nearly 10 questions, and here parabola, ellipse, hyperbola also there. Please focus on that parabola, ellipse, and hyperbola. So here nearly from each and every topic they will get 1 to 2 questions compulsory from the parabola, ellipse, hyperbola. Please focus on that tangent conditions. Tangent rules. What is the condition for the equation of a tangent? Any line is a tangent to the parabola, ellipse, and hyperbola. And please focus on that. What is the relation between the eccentricities? Okay. Yes, hyperbola, conjugate hyperbola, and please focus on that the conic section also. Okay. Yes, you will get that marks easily. Particularly from the maths only, out of 80, you will get that 70 to 70 above. Okay, so please focus on that. Once again reminding you, please focus on that concepts. Okay, yes, come on, have a look, and all the best for the exam. Thank you.